What's going on, everybody? We got another 30-minute workout. Today we're going to be doing a full body resistance and cardio. I'm joined by my beautiful partner Liz. We're going to go ahead and get right into our warm-up. So we're going to start with some arm circles. Arms are nice and long, one arm at a time. We're going to start with the right side going forward. 10 repetitions, focusing on getting a little blood flow into our joints and a little bit of stretching. Let's go ahead and take it back the other direction. We're going to be doing, as I mentioned, full body. So we're going to be pressing, pulling, and doing a little bit of leg activations. We want to make sure that everything is primed. Switching sides, going forward on the other side now. Just like everything we've done in the past, some of these movements will have substitutions available if you don't have certain bits of equipment, whether it's body weight, cardio machines, things like that. For today, we're using dumbbells, and we're going to be sharing our rower. Everything else will be body weight. Moving into our first set of stretches, we're going to go ahead and take our right arm behind the back. We're getting a little bit of tension through that shoulder. We're going to lean our head the opposite direction. We're going to work the neck into the pecs, down into the shoulders. Breathe. Trying to get those muscles to relax a little bit. If you turn your head down, you'll work more towards the back side of the neck, into the traps. And if you're like me and you look up to the ceiling, you get a lot of tension right there through the front of the neck down into the upper part of the pec. Most of this is going to come from just our way of life, typing, texting, driving, everything's tight up front. Let's go ahead and let that arm relax. Other side, again, behind the back, lean the opposite direction, get a little tension there through the shoulder. Don't force it. Feel the stretch, feel that discomfort, but do not feel like you're pulling something. Let up a little bit. We're still relatively cold. Look down if you want to work back of the neck into the traps. Up towards the ceiling if you want to get front of the neck into the pecs. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and work our way down into our hips now. Liz and I are going to face each other, feet nice and wide. We're going to go ahead and keep those legs straight. Let the torsos fall forward and hang, stretching the backside of the thighs. The knees don't need to be fully locked out, but you want to have a straight leg so you can access a much better stretch. You can rest your hands on the mat like I am, or like Liz, you can surrender to gravity and let that torso just chill. We want to breathe through any of that discomfort as always. Try to get those muscles to hang loose for a bit. And then we're going to slowly roll back up to our starting position. Keeping on with the hips, we're going to go ahead and get into a kneeling position on the floor. We're going to stretch hip flexors and quads. So I'm going to go ahead and keep my front leg bent. I'm going to push my hips forward, squeezing my butt, so I'm accessing a stretch to the front part of that leg. Breathe. This is going to be limited based on your level of flexibility. If you're like my beautiful partner, you're extra flexy, you can get deeper into your lunge. If you're a lot like me, you really need to work yourself into that position. If you have extra bits of mobility, you can lean forward, come down to the elbows. This is called the runner's stretch. We want to get all those tissues primed and ready for movement. We're going to go ahead and come up and switch to the other side now. Multiple variations for multiple levels of athleticism and flexibility. Either way, we want to make sure we're feeling the stretch. If you're just going through the motions quickly, you're not giving your body an opportunity to relax and to loosen. If you're like me in this position, you're keeping that chest nice and tall, letting most of the stretch be in the quad and the hip flexor. And if you're flexy like Liz, making sure that you're keeping your back relatively neutral. You're not rounding too much at the shoulder, you're letting that stretch work through the hip. We're going to go ahead and come back up into our starting position. Last thing we're going to do, we're going to do some chest openers, and then we're going to go into a shoulder blade and lat stretch. So chest openers, we're going to go palms together, turn the thumbs out, bring the arms back. We're bringing those shoulder blades in together. Big squeeze, feeling that stretch through the front part of the chest into the shoulders. Again, we want to make sure everything top to bottom is primed for a nice active workout. The last little bit we're going to do is bring us down to both knees. We're going to get into a hands down foreleg position. What I'm going to have you do, take your arm, reach through, so you're feeling a stretch to the back side of that shoulder. And we're going to sit here and just hang. You can rest on the ground. Breathe. We're stretching through the back part of that shoulder blade. Create a little bit of tension. You can even make this a dynamic movement by reaching through, coming back to the start. Reach through, come back to the start. Let's go the opposite direction. If you're ready for some static stretch, we're hanging out.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Just working that rotation. Again, you can make it dynamic by coming through and back to neutral, through and back to neutral. We're going to go ahead and get into our shenanigans here in just a moment. I'm going to demonstrate and describe the 3 exercises we're going to start with for our first circuit. Again, we're going to be using a pair of dumbbells. In the meantime, you just want to have access to one of those. Exercise 1 is going to be 60 seconds of steady state cardio. We're going to be switching, Liz and I, between an overhead knee raise, while the other one of us is going to be using the rower. So it's an example of how you can use different variable resistance movements to continue getting the heart rate up if you don't have access to a machine like we do. So movement 1, 60 seconds. A reminder on your cardio movements. You can do your jumping jack, your lateral jack, and again, overhead knee raise. So while one of us is rowing, the other one's going to be doing the knee raise. Second exercise is going to be an alternating leg raise. I'm going to demonstrate here in front so everyone can see. We've done these before. Legs are long, down low, arms extended overhead. We're bringing the chest towards the knees, alternating left and right side. Keep that leg long and strong. We're going to do a total of 10 reps per side for 20 reps altogether. And then the third and final movement is going to be a dumbbell snatch. We're going to be using an explosive component from our hips while following through with the shoulder. The majority of this movement is going to derive from the power of your legs. So keep that in mind when you're doing the exercise. With no weights, my feet are nice and wide. I'm keeping my chest tall. I'm going to reach down, grabbing my weight. With my legs, I'm going to explosively extend while letting the momentum of the weight carry overhead. So if I was to simulate the movement with no resistance, this is what I'm doing. We're going to be doing 10 reps to the right with 10 reps to the left. With the dumbbell, here's what you're looking at. We're going to come down and extend overhead. Chest is tall, and using my legs to initiate the movement and finish with the weight overhead. After 10 reps are there, I go to the other side. Same deal. Make sure you're using a weight that you can control in that overhead position. If you need to go light, feel free. Remember, we have 3 sets to play around with. Those are going to be our 3 exercises we're doing. We're going to rest about a minute to 2 minutes between each round, and then we're going to move on to the next. Rock and roll. So I'm going to have Liz start with the overhead knee raise while I get on the rowing machine. I'll be the timekeeper. We're going for a total of 60 seconds. You can extend the arms straight overhead, or you can just have them bent and resting, whatever's more comfortable.
Like this, right?
Exactly.
I'm doing it.
We're doing it. The name of the game for this one is going to be speed. Our rest is going to be between circuits. I misspoke earlier, not between rounds. You got 3 rounds. We're going to keep those transitions tight. We'll rest once we finish all 3 rounds. Halfway through, 30 seconds to go. There we go. Final 20 seconds.
Notice with this that you can really focus on holding your core in.
Yep. You want to keep the belly tight, so you're using more of the abs, and not so much the hip flexor. Once you get real tight real quick, go ahead and rest. All right, moving into exercise number 2, we're going to do our leg raise.
Oh.
So we're going to be in a laid down position. So we're going to have our feet pointing towards the camera.
Okay.
And we're going to lay down.
I'm gonna go this way.
And here we go. So we're coming up again. We're going 10 to the left, 10 to the right for a total of 20. There we go. Halfway there. Rest if you need to. Next up is going to be our first set Our dumbbell snatch. Give yourself room. Again, feet nice and wide. Power generating from the hips. Belly tight, chest tall. Go ahead and begin. Do not feel the need to race through this exercise. Here we go. First 10 are done. There we have it. Round 1 in the books. We've got a minute of active recovery. Liz is going to get on the rower. And the knee raise. Pace yourself accordingly. Give yourself some time. And remember, it's 60 seconds, steady state. It's not a sprint. You're just going to move for 60 seconds. Go ahead and begin. Liz is going to be our timekeeper. Here we go. Where are we at?
Yeah, 2 seconds. The pressure of counting. 10 seconds. Maybe a couple extra, I don't know.
Let's go ahead and
And
rest.
stop.
There we go. So now I can feel the burn that Liz felt going from the knee raise right into the single leg, alternating leg raise. Set number 2, 20 total reps. 10 to the right, 10 to the left. Halfway.
You're so fast.
We're going to move into our dumbbell snatch second set. Gather yourself, get your weight in position. Remember to use your hips. You can almost treat the exercise like a kettlebell swing in the way that you're using your butt to generate that power. When you're ready, chest tall, belly tight. There we go. The more you can use your hips for this exercise, the less taxing it's going to be on your shoulders. If you're like Liz and I, our upper bodies are not equivalent. I have much more upper body strength than she does, but she has really powerful legs. She can use that leg momentum to thrust the weight upward to save her on the press portion of it.
Now, when I go up like this, am I supposed to squeeze my butt?
Not necessarily,
forward?
you're more so just using it to get the swing going.
Okay.
None of what we're doing requires squeezing or isolating.
Got it.
As long as you're keeping your core active
Okay.
and maintaining your posture, right? You want to think about position.
Okay.
That's what's the most important.
Got it.
Set number 3, I'm back on the rower. We're gonna have Liz do her knee raise, or she can do a jumping jack. She can do lateral jacks.
I like knee raises.
All right, let's get it. Seconds in. At this point, our lungs are warm. It should be a little bit easier to push through that discomfort as we get deeper into the workout. 20 seconds to go. Set of our leg raise, followed by one more set of our snatch, and then we'll move into the next circuit. In position, legs long down in front. Here we go. Five more. And it's not about necessarily finishing faster than any one person other than yourself. It's nice to have someone to work with because it gives you that motivation and gives you that forward momentum to get the work done.
I want to beat you.
We're gonna get into our last set of snatches, 10 reps on each side. I'm gonna start with the off arm for this last set. Power from the hips. Switching sides. And there it is. First circuit, done so. We're gonna take about a minute to let the heart rate come down. Let that recovery set in, and then we're going to get into our second combination of movements. We're going to be doing 2 resistance movements involving the dumbbells, 1 bodyweight cardio movement. When we get into this next exercise, it's important that you're mindful of how hard you're pushing the cardio component. The reason for that is we're doing burpees, and we're starting with a press. You want to make sure that you can maintain good position for those resistance movements. So sprinting through the cardio only to break down during the resistance, it's not going to benefit us during the workout. The purpose of what we're doing is building up our capacity to work harder, longer. So if you have to start by giving yourself those small breaks, start and slowly push yourself forward as you go from there. But be mindful that quality is always going to be better than quantity. If you got something to drink, make sure to grab it. We are doing Catalyte electrolytes from Thorne. Link in the description. All kinds of good stuff that I like to get from them. Whey protein, aminos, Memoractive, neurotropic, and of course their electrolytes are fantastic. Better than Gatorade, that is for sure. As we get into the next 3 exercises, I'm going to demonstrate those really quick and then I'll have Liz jump in so we can go ahead and get this thing going. We're going to start off with what's called a Z press. You're going to grab your dumbbells, you're going to put them next to your hips. When you're in this movement, You're gonna be seated with legs straight and out in front of you. As far as your spacing, that is preferential based on your flexibility. But you are flat on your butt, so we're using a lot of our core. From here, we're gonna grab our dumbbells, bring them up to our shoulders, and we're gonna press overhead. 10 repetitions for exercise 1. Moving into our second movement, we're gonna go into a bent over dumbbell raise. Push the hips back, tension through the thighs, pull the elbows up nice and high, squeezing our lats as we get to the top of the movement. We're gonna do that with our dumbbells also for 10 repetitions. When that's all said and done, we're gonna go into a burpee. We're gonna do 2 variations. I'm gonna do the full push-up version. Liz is gonna do the top plank version. Full push-up version. We come down, we come up, and we're standing. We will not be jumping for today's burpees. The upward version that Liz will be doing, you come down into plank, and you stand. It'll be quicker, but less taxing on the upper body. Rock and roll. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into position. Starting off with that Z press. I'll be slightly forward. Liz will be slightly back. Again, we're gonna have our feet spaced based on what feels good for our flexibility level. Yours truly is not very flexible, so I will not have a super wide stance. Whereas my partner is far more comfortable in that position. 3, 2, 1. Up to the top, 10 presses. You want to pick a pair of dumbbells that you can comfortably facilitate the movement and get all 10 reps. If you have to break it down between sets of 5, that's fine. That means drop the weight next time around. We're gonna go into our bent over row. Dumbbells at the hip. We're pushing our butt back and pulling towards our midsection. There we go. Weights off to the side. Give yourself room for the burpees. Again, Liz is gonna do the upward plank variation, and I'll be doing the version
So it's just like
with the push-up. So you're gonna go down, hop the feet out, then back to the center. Exactly.
wide legs like that?
Wide legs is fine.
Okay.
It's all preference.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go wide legs because I don't want to bend my knees too much.
Perfect.
All right, 10 burpees. That's the ticket.
Okay.
Fast as you can do them. Make sure I got space. And here we go. Is that 4?
Yeah. 6.
We're gonna abandon the mat because that didn't work out at all. It was a nice idea, but
It's aesthetically pleasing, but
looks great when you want to really accent a room. Not practical when you have 2 people kicking their feet out. That's round 1. 2 to go. We're back to the Z press. Again, space your feet based on what feels most comfortable. Chest tall, active core. Footsies to your partner if you want.
Four more.
There you go. Give yourself a break if you need it. There you go. 1 more. Beautiful. Nice work.
Oh my goodness.
We're moving into our row. Hamstrings should be locked and loaded. 10 reps. Moving into burpees.
High five.
We're doing it. We are doing it. You're doing it, Peter. All right.
3 rounds.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Yeah.
Two more. Prime example of partner pushing you. Speed racer over here, making me set a faster pace.
Come on, get them done.
Third and final round. Get right into it. If you need a second for recovery on the shoulders, now's the time to take it. No eye contact.
Don't look at me. Oh.
Break it up if you need to.
That
You got it. What you can also do, if you're fatigued at the end, grab one dumbbell by the side,
oh, perfect.
press that overhead. There you go. At this point, we're not about lifting heavy weights and setting PRs. We want to do the movement with quality. Beautiful. Good hustle. Good hustle. That was our last set, thankfully. So the shoulders are good. Dumbbell row. Here we go. 10 reps. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll come back, beat you with the burpee.
That's all right. Friendly competition. 10 reps to finish out our second circuit. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Halfway. Two more. There you have it. Burpees. We are almost through. We have one more piece. The pièce de résistance. We are going to do a total of 100 push-ups.
What?
Resting when necessary. You can do them from the toes, like I will, or from the knees, which is what Liz is going to do. When you stop to rest for your push-ups, you will need to do 2 half Turkish get-ups on each side. We're going to demonstrate the get-up while everyone else is recovering. This exercise, you're going to lay down flat on your back, and you're going to have one arm at a 45-degree angle while the other arm is extended up in front. Whatever arm is up in front, that leg is to remain straight and bent. So when you're laying on the ground, you will look like this. Let me go ahead and demonstrate. With my left arm extended, right arm is chilling, left leg is up, heel close to my butt, my arm is extended. I'm going to push through the heel of my foot, and I want to lead my shoulders up towards the ceiling, and I want to come up onto my elbow, like so. This is the first part. Then, from here, we're going to drive through the palm of our arm into that flex position, arms still pointing towards the ceiling. And that is the half get up position. We then come back down in reverse. So 1, 2. That is our crunch movement. If you want to take it a step further, You can go from here to the elbow, extend, and then swing the leg through into a kneeling position. That might be for a later session. For now, we're gonna do two half get-ups on each side in between your push-up rest. If you can do your push-ups in 2 sets of 50, you only have to do this one time. Break it up in whatever way you need to. Another option, if you're struggling with the upper body, is to use a mini band to assist in making the push-up feel a little bit easier.
Okay.
We'll have that nearby just in case. All right. We're gonna go ahead and switch positions. And we're gonna begin. Again, you're going off your own tempo, your own pace. 100 is the total. Keep your count in your mind. Here we go.
Okay, so like this, right?
Yep. So no, other way.
Okay.
Your right arm bends. Yep.
Okay.
So you're gonna drive through your left heel, up to your right elbow, right elbow, right elbow, other right. Up to your right elbow. That arm is up towards the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, extend, perfect. And then do it in reverse. Back to the elbow, flat on the ground. Arms gonna be pointing at the ceiling the whole time.
Okay.
Up to the elbow, and then extend.
Woo.
There you go. It's a 2-part exercise. Now switch. Right arm facing up, left arm down a little bit. There you go. Perfect. There you go. Drive through your heel. Perfect. And then back down. My turn. You can make this exercise more challenging by adding resistance.
He's crazy. That's why he's so buff.
Drive through the heel and extend. Reverse the movement. This is a 2-fold exercise. Switch sides. Back to push-up.
Oh my gosh. Like this? Right?
Yep. Exactly.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, even that was like struggle straight. 100. Holy.
You have to dial it back. You can do 50. That's fine. Do your get up.
Oh.
Almost done. We're going to take a little pause. Let our shoulders recover. Is sweaty enough?
So sweaty.
Longer break. We're on the second half. What's your count rate?
30.
You're 30? Alright, so we're going to have Liz go to 50.
My arms are.
And I'm going to finish to 100. Prime example. Adapt. Adapt to your current athleticism. If you're coming off of burpees, shoulder press, and then you're adding push-ups at the end, you're going to have struggles, you're going to have goals to set for down the road. But do the best you can. Here we go.
please.
All right, last leg. Get some extra get-ups in. I got 10 more to go after this.
We're so sweaty.
If you're not sweating, you're not working hard enough.
Oh, Lordy.
Brief pause. Last 10 reps. 10 reps to freedom.
I'll do 60 for 10 more.
I go 50 already?
Yeah.
10 more reps.
One more.
There you go, babe. Trooper at the end, finishing out the final 10 with me. Nice work, babe. Come on up. Come on. Great job, you guys. Again, there's a lot you can do in about 30 minutes. Make sure to take your breaks if needed. As always, I'll see you for the next one. Nice work.